Alright, welcome back to Vermeil and Gold, Anime Review, episode number 2. We're here reviewing episodes 5 and 6 for the series. Significant advance with the plot here with this one. A lot of stuff happening here, so basically, we get a little follow-up from the last episode with that one Dragon Rider who got easily defeated by Vermeil in the previous episode. Where, basically, it started out with, I think it's like Vermeil, Alto, and Leela going to school, and they're arguing. Of course, she's doing their jealous thing because she's loving Alto. She then all of a sudden, Dragon Rider show up. Apparently, she's doing council. We see a person in charge of them. Her name is Chris Westfield, where she proceeds to kick the crap out of the other guy who she knows, and turns out he actually bagged part of the Dragon Raiders. And it could have because he had a dinosaur, per se, because it couldn't fly. So, and then Alto challenges her to a duel, which, pretty spectacular duel for what it is. And the thing is, the duel is not concluded until the start of episode 4, where Alto wins by hopping on his crystal power that he has, and go on top of our drag and pointing with the crystals at her neck, instantly losing the duel. And, as punishment, she has to do chores because she lost a duel. And Obsidian, that's the name of the teacher, he basically says that, this week you did do the duel, you had your reason why, but just don't do it all the time, and you'll be perfectly fine. I'm sure, basically, if they did a duel for no reason, they would be punished. But this basically was done for a reason, and he understood the reason why that there was for this duel, because there was a student put in the hospital by this one girl. Yep, she beat the crap out of a guy who's taller than she is. Yeah, kind of reverse psychology. A reverse thing doesn't happen very often, where a woman beats the crap out of a guy. A lot of the time, basically, and this really turns to be very disgusting, where whenever a woman gets put in the hospital by a guy, and Alto himself doesn't exactly harm her per se with this particular battle. Also, Vermeil had a tough time in the battle, but also, there's also a thing where possibly that Vermeil might actually have feelings for him, where she likes kissing him. At one point, she tried to kiss him when he's trying to sleep. Yes, when he's trying to sleep. So, he asks Obsidian, about, can demons fall in love with humans? Yes, that is possible. And then there's also this girl named Emily, who's she visits a teacher, and I had this weird feeling that he was going to possibly do something to her sexually. Oh, no, he doesn't do anything sexual at all. He just brings out a needle, injects her with it, and amplifies her ice powers to the point of freezing a door and the whole room, and apparently she's in a coma. And they mentioned, this is the 4th one this year this has happened to, and 3rd silver square one. Also, that does mention the gold squares hand out thanks to, research and hard work. And there's even a task of measuring the familiars and everything about them. And Lilia, of course, they had this couple moments where we're sharing where at one point she's changing and goes, "Are you an elf and your maid outfit?" It's yeah. Very sexy lingerie. I'm sure this is probably to get her master's attention because she's in love with him, excuse me. And Vermeil thought it'd be funny to change in the guy's room. Yes. Because you're trying to change in the hallway, but someone scolded for changing the hallway. Then how about go change in the girls' room? Yeah. And also the fact that there's a couple times where Vermeil, one point when they were saying that before all changing happened, to wear that PE outfit, and she proceeded to have her chest bury Alto's face, and of course Lilius just tells her to stop because she's practically suffocating him. Yep. So, yeah, despite all this other stuff happening, and then we have this weird moment where we have a follow-up from episode 2, where Lilia mentioned indirectly that she made invisible potion sneak into Alto's room, which she does, but she first proceeds to strip butt naked because it doesn't make her clothes, but just make her body invisible. Also has a spare key to his room. Cheryl's why do you have a spare key? Because she wants to be with him. And then proceeds to sneak to his room. Oh, by the way, Vermeil is actually has her horns and tail out. And then, of course, has things, especially because he has basically measure her height, measure her feet, measure her bust, measure her head, and And then, of course, there's this weird moment where, like, she's butt naked and she's standing and she's basically invisible, and he's like touching something, and it's implied he may have touched her, but it's completely unknown. She just basically loves it. The fact that Alto touched her, possibly in her chest, but this one she just scolded him, but she's massively in love with him, and that was a couple times that she's like, was shiny because basically Vermeil like kissed him, and then of course they have where Alto basically, and he was shining too, and I thought this was kind of funny. Episode 4 ends with this, where Chris is sweeping in front of the Dragon Riders headquarters when her friend, what is his name here? His name is Lex, where he shows up and he is possessed. Yeah, he is possessed. And he's about to attack Chris, ending the episode. Good thing I'm doing next two, and then basically it's on the One Punch Man after that. Yep, but yeah, great episodes. And we're almost halfway through this thing, okay? So yeah, that's pretty much that particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe to notifications. Next up is the next 2 episodes of the show, okay? Thanks, you. Bye.